into it. Tired of being broke? Me too. Definitely something good to be tired about. Maybe the solution is to make more money where you work. In this video, I'll give you 5 ways that you can potentially increase the amount of money that you make in your regular day-to-day job. The first thing that you can do, and this might be obvious, is you just ask for a raise. Worst thing they'll say is no, or give you an explanation as to why maybe at this time period that's not something that's accessible to you. You just have to move on and be okay with that. But the conversation is there, and if you wanted to come back to them about that later, they already in the back of their head understand that, hey, this person, they're in the need for more money. And so we get to the second thing that you could do, which is gain more skill in your field, whether that's asking more questions, whether that's getting more involved, and that allows you to gain some sort of leverage when you are having those conversations again about more money, right? So you gain more skills in whatever work that you do, and now you have the opportunity to go ahead and be like, hey, so I've learned so-and-so this skill and so-and-so that skill, and I'm of more value. So here, you should give me a raise. Why wouldn't you give me a raise now? And then the third thing that you could do is take on more responsibility. Again, that goes with gaining more skill. With more skill, you gain more responsibility. That could be in the management side. That could be in the day-to-day side. Whatever it can be, take that responsibility, but also understand that you're only taking that responsibility because it's attached to a monetary increase in your wage. So you're not doing it because, you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart. You're doing it because it's something that will give you steps to your end goal, which is to make more money. And the fourth thing that you could do is continue to be persistent in conversations about development. So if you walked into your office, asked for a raise, they told you no, but you asked them, hey, what can I do to get a raise, or what do I need to be doing on my end to be able to get paid more? And they'll talk to you about development, and they might say, oh, you got to take this class, or you might need to go do this or that, whatever it might be. It's gonna play a big part in your opportunity to make more money. So, fifth thing that you could do now, if all else fails, this is if all else fails. You've tried to gain skill, and during your time period of trying to gain skill, you've seen no real success, but you have gained those skills. You've taken on more responsibility. Now you're doing things that are usually up to a certain pay scale, and you feel that, hey, like, I'm doing more now. And you've been persistent in pursuing that end goal, which is asking, seeking, and trying to learn. You've tried all those things, you've gained skills, you know more. If they still have not given you a raise, then it's more than wise of you to navigate to a different industry or a similar industry where the pay grade is a little higher, where you can use that leverage that you've just gained, all that knowledge that you've just gained to work yourself up to applying for different jobs while you're still working that job. It's not a bad thing to do that. It's not something that it's like dishonest or anything like that. If you built some sort of personal connection with your employer, then you can be openly honest with them. But some of the times that doesn't always work out in your favor. Unfortunately, not everybody's gonna treat you like you treat them with respect. So be wary of that. It can get a little messy when we get into situations about money and time, wage, all those types of things, because that's unfortunately the grimy stuff of the of the working world. And the more comfortable that you get in having those uncomfortable conversations, because like unfortunately nobody just wants to give you money, and you have to give them a reason why, and that reason why becomes more and more stronger as you gain the skills needed, or whatever sort of development that's needed to cater to whatever criteria that they have. And so those are 5 things that you could do. Another thing I want to add is that like these things are all based off of the time period that you're working your job. So I wouldn't try to ask for a raise immediately into a job. It's not something that like whatever wage that what it was placed, keep it as is. It's just when you get into years into the job field, and even as you get into years into the job field, and you're inquiring about a wage increase, and that wage increase is something that like they might do on a quarterly basis, on a yearly basis, but it's something that you want faster because you feel you're of more value. And so to really map it out correctly, and to really like have a realistic time frame for even years of work experience, give this process a year. Give this process a year, 6 to 8 months to really work itself out, and that really allows you to like really give it a good go. But if you find that, hey, like I could go to a different job and get paid more, use that as leverage when you're having those conversations again, because hey, maybe if you're of that much value, they'll keep you and they'll pay you more money. But again, that's a very like temporary thing. If you genuinely just do not like your job, though, no amount of money will keep you there. I would just recommend you quit the job. But again, that's up to you. Yeah, those are 5 ways that you can potentially make more money at your job. I hope those tips helped you. And if anything that I said today helped you, please consider subscribing, liking, and following me on my socials below. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of your night, day, whatever you're at. Peace.